Have you ever noticed how some people face conflict head-on while others avoid it completely or try to keep everyone happy? Conflict is something we all deal with, whether at work, at home, or in relationships. Today we're going to talk about one of the most widely used tools for understanding how people handle conflict, the Thomas Kilmann Conflict Mode Instrument, or the TKI test. Let's start with a bit of background. The Thomas Kilmann Conflict Mode Instrument was developed in the early 1970s by Kenneth W. Thomas and Ralph H. Kilmann. Originally, it was designed as a research tool based on earlier work about managerial conflict styles from the 1960s. What made the TKI different, even back then, was its design. Each pair of statements was carefully matched so that no conflict style looked better or worse than another. That was intentional. The goal wasn't to judge people, but to help them understand their natural tendencies. Very quickly, researchers realized this tool wasn't just useful for studies, it was incredibly powerful for training and development. Today, the TKI is used worldwide in leadership development, team building, negotiation training, counseling, and even crisis intervention. So, what exactly is the TKI? At its core, the TKI is a self-report questionnaire that measures how you deal with interpersonal conflict. And here's an important clarification. Conflict doesn't mean fighting, yelling, or blaming. In the TKI, conflict is simply defined as a situation where two or more people's concerns appear to be incompatible. That's it. This distinction matters because conflict itself isn't bad. It's unavoidable. What matters is how you handle it. The TKI identifies 5 different conflict handling modes and shows which ones you tend to use most often, both at work and in your personal life. Now let's talk more about these 5 conflict handling modes. Competing is assertive and uncooperative. It's about standing your ground, useful in emergencies or when a quick, decisive action is needed. Collaborating is both assertive and cooperative. This is the classic win-win approach, best for important, complex issues where relationships matter. Compromising sits in the middle. Both sides give a little to reach a solution that's good enough, especially when time is limited. Avoiding is unassertive and uncooperative. While often misunderstood, it can be useful for low-priority issues or when emotions are running high. Accommodating is cooperative but unassertive. It prioritizes harmony and relationships, especially when the issue matters more to the other person than it does to you. Now, it's important to take note that none of these modes is inherently good or bad. Effectiveness depends entirely on the situation. Why has the TKI become so popular? First, it's short, just 30 questions, usually completed in about 10 minutes. Second, it's flexible. It can be taken online, individually, or as part of a team session. Third, it's practical. The results don't just label you, they give you actionable insights you can actually use. And finally, it works at any level of an organization, from individual contributors to senior leaders. That versatility is one reason it remains one of the most trusted conflict management tools today. The purpose of the TKI is awareness and choice. Research shows that managers can spend up to 25% of their time dealing with conflict. That's a lot of energy spent reacting instead of leading. The TKI helps people understand their default conflict habits and learn when to use each mode more effectively. When conflict is handled well, relationships improve, productivity increases, and the need for constant managerial intervention decreases. On a personal level, the TKI helps build self-awareness, collaboration skills, leadership capability, and resilience, especially during times of change. The TKI is commonly used in team development, leadership training, and coaching. By understanding each other's conflict styles, teams can set expectations early, reduce misunderstandings, and prevent tension from escalating. It's also useful for established teams that want to address long-standing issues constructively. That said, the TKI is not a magic solution. There is no single best conflict style. Each mode has value depending on the situation. The real skill lies in knowing which mode to use and when. The TKI measures conflict behavior along two dimensions. Assertiveness, the degree to which you try to satisfy your own concerns during a conflict. This is related to how you might try to meet your needs or receive support for your ideas. Cooperativeness, the degree to which you try to satisfy the other individual's concerns. It is related to how you might try to help the other individual meet his or her needs, or how you can be receptive to the other individual's ideas. Based on these two dimensions, the TKI ranks your preference for each of the 5 conflict handling modes. Results include both raw scores and percentiles. But remember, percentiles don't mean right or wrong. They simply show how your preferences compare to others in the sample. The TKI has one of the highest validity scores of any similar instrument used today. The TKI has been studied extensively for decades and consistently demonstrates high validity and reliability. Its force-choice design reduces social desirability bias, meaning people are less likely to answer the way they think they should. Modern versions of the TKI are based on a large, diverse norm sample, making the results more accurate and meaningful than ever before. You'll find many free versions of conflict tests online, but it's important to know that they aren't equivalent to the TKI. Like what offered by the career assessment site, the official TKI is scientifically validated, cross-culturally tested, and carefully normed. Given how affordable it is, using the real assessment ensures you're getting insights you can truly rely on. So what happens after you make a purchase of the TKI with the career assessment site? On the checkout page, before proceeding with the payment, you will need to specify whether you are purchasing for yourself or someone else. If you have purchased for yourself, you will receive an email containing a link to complete your assessments within 2 to 3 business hours. Assessments can be completed online from any desktop, laptop, or tablet device. However, mobile devices such as iPhones or smartphones are not compatible with the system, though you can still purchase our assessment using mobile devices. Assessments can be completed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Once you complete your assessments, you will be prompted to self-download your reports instantly as a PDF document to save and share as you prefer. If you have purchased for someone else, we will email you to obtain basic information about your participant, including their first and last name and email address, so we can send them an email to complete their assessments. If your participant's information is confidential, or you do not currently have your participants' names and email information as an alternative, we can send you a universal link to share with your participants, which they would click on to complete their assessments. These links cannot be shared with any unauthorized individuals. Once they complete their assessments, they will be prompted to self-download their reports instantly as a PDF document, which they can save and share as needed.